Best of 7, ONIC, they need an answer.
Alter Ego have gone for an early game composition. Like, this is a pure snowball comp. No? Even for Arfi on the Granger, you want to get the Sky Piercer stacks early. ONIC, like Aldo mentioned, like the boys mentioned on panel, it's stable, but in this meta, I gotta say, the early game comp should be a bit more stable. Alec! Oh, he's holding on to the flicker, man. The regen, saving it for a bit, might have to go. No, Hijime will keep the regen, will keep the flicker as well. Kai already aggressive into the jungle. Yazuke has to give this green camp away. No mid prio.
Yep, he is faithful that he can still hold the flicker, so that's actually still Alter Ego hanging in the balance. ONIC, they can't find anything just yet. Emblems by GamesMax. Take a look at so far, nothing is out of the ordinary. Again, with the concussive blast for both roamers to help rotate and get that mid prio, clear the waves to T-Boy on a mission to try to disrupt Yazuke's pathing on towards the red buff, or rather the orange buff. This Kagura pick, though, comes hand in hand with the Lancelot if they want to go for the dive, especially with such a fragile mid laner, right? That Kimmy in the hands of Sans, maybe Skylar can hold himself alone, especially with the Harith. You have multiple shields. But the problem now for this Hayabusa is the Ruby. So much mini CC that can always try to hold Kyrie in place. Will he be able to go past?
Have to use the flicker here, Kai. No shadow kill. And back to the point, Kagura. It's really all about capitalizing on a combo. From the Ruby, I'm offended from a Furious Dive. Hijime is going to have the instant follow-up there. Ooh. The umbrella is deadly, man.
The umbrella waits. Trying to hold ONIC in place. Hijime, wow, gets in deep. He pops Guilt.
CC immunity, man. You can see the reads earlier, man. Hijime was waiting for the final second to get that CC immunity. Now it's going to be Yazuke on it. Will get the red tree down. Kai not even there. Alec forced to back away, but Keyboy, the taunt was a bit short.
Well, Yazuke mobilized.
Station over to Yazuke. Thorn Rose Quad Shadow lands, and it's Kai with first blood. Keyboy will be the trade, but the purple buff forced out, given to Alec.
But still, I think Alter Ego might be a bit happy with that. They got the turtle buff, or rather the turtle, and they were able to also get a kill towards Nino, but Yazuke falls in the process. That's a kill towards Kyrie. At least this Hayabusa will be able to rack up a few kills. And now the question was earlier on, was Kyrie the one giving away that turtle in the hands of Alter Ego because he wasn't really nearby the ONIC players? Well, that also kind of conjugates with the main disconnect theme that ONIC has in this current game, in this current series.
I think composition-wise, it's bad to go for the turtle, first turtle for ONIC.
Yeah.
They don't have a lot of that prio in the mid lane just because of the trap. If you get shoved in like that, when the Lancelot pushed in mid, and Hijime gets control of bushes, as a Kimmy, you won't be able to walk up. The fact that Keyboy was so low, forced to recall, having to go bot, especially because of the matchup, Hayabusa lands, it's just tough. That's the instant kill button that I was talking about. With the I'm Offended, Yin Yang overturn, and with Yazuke, Kyrie's waiting in the bush there. That's going to be Skylar with his Amon Force up top. Yazuke's utilizing a lot of time. Ooh, Sans trying to bait in. Quad Shadow, and the Shadow kill has the Quad Shadow on him. He's going to jump in. Oh! Alec timing that perfectly to peel for Yazuke.
That's the Ruby we talked about, to try and hold Kyrie, to not let this Hayabusa have pressure.
Wow.
But then down bottom, it's a battle of trade. CC against the Yuzong. But Arfi, he opted for the Hunter Strike, so no Sky Piercer because he knows he has to hold his own. Because of the Hayabusa pressure, he can't really participate in the team fights as often. Demand Force popped for Skylar, only to get Prio in the lane. He's gonna get that gold trap as well. Keyboy shadows him. The turtle will pop and will spawn. It's up for the take for ONIC in the mid.
Look, P, disrespectful, man. DOT, the instant damage. Again, realize, Furious Diver, I'm Offended. It will be followed up by the Yin Yang overturn. Alec has the I'm Offended. They're going to go for the top lane now. Shadow kill. Skylar picks a kill up. Black Dragon from no Petrify. Skylar forced to flicker as Alec zones them, and it is turtle number 2 to Alter Ego.
Yeah, small win for Alter Ego after conceding and relinquishing Arfi. Keyboy wants to go in. He has those stuns towards him in his body, but at least the taunt will be enough for him to get out with a dash as well. So yeah, again, like you said, right? That insta-kill button is crazy. Alec, he was fishing for an angle with the I'm Offended, and we have to note as well, Skylar has no Purify this particular reading.
Hey!
That's the GOAT in the jungle, Carl Teasy.
Now the gold in the restreams. Hey, MPL ID X streamer by Good Day shows you how massive MPL ID is, man. When you have the GOAT watching,
Massive pull.
massive pull. We got him in the interview as well. So W Carl TZ in the chat, W GOAT in the chat.
Did you ask him about Bigatron yesterday?
Listen, he laughed at my team already. All right, let's not make him laugh even more, man.
Well, I think he is focused in this game because so far, we talked about the early game being the catalyst of how the game goes for both teams. But so far, it's been very close. And even the gold lead right now, not even 1K or 2K, it's 700, 500. It's triple numbers for both teams. And at least this time, both teams are also very disciplined in their approaches on what they want to prioritize next.
That's why it's actually fine for ONIC, though.
Yeah.
Yes, Alter Ego have gone 2 turtles. They got a kill lead as well, but it's not over. It's far from it. ONIC are a scaling composition, so as long as they're able to keep the gold lead at, I would say, below 3K is already enough. The fact that they're down just by 600, this is impressive. ONIC, by all means, around this timing should be 2K, at least down. But again, they've done a good job at trading. They've done a good job at holding their leads. Lutpi, though, in the bottom lane. This is what I'm talking about. The damage in the early game is quite ridiculous. So you have to be on point. Another kill given over, and the instant conversion up top. The AOG from Kiwi over to RP. That's a taunt, but look at the zone from Alec. Traction pulse will land, but Alec gets away.
He is going to go for the turtle, so I thought Kyrie for a second there wants to go in. Oh no!
Wow. Straight up with the net overturn, already forcing out the quad shadow. He's gonna have to go for the shadow kills. Nino waits for the timing, and he will be able to claim the turtle. Nino petrifying the Furious Dive. No follow. Alec with the dome run will keep flicker. RP!
He's down, and that's gonna be Kyrie gone as well. Keyboy wants to go in, but Nino is able to survive. RP guns him down with a double kill.
Realize that's 2 Sky Piercer stacks. The dreaded snowball that ONIC have tried their darn hardest to avoid in the early game is now in the hands of Alter Ego. Skylar flickers in and solo kills him, denies him of that snowball on Sky Piercer.
Prince does not want to have this time around his kingdom up in the skies under threat. Shuts down Arfi. And finally, a silver lining for ONIC as to not let Alter Ego snowball with the Granger Prio. At 2 Sky Piercer stacks now on hold, immobilized towards Nino. He is going to be fine. He has that option to get out of harm's way. And yes, Alter Ego with the insta-kill button, it seems like they have so much ways to approach the fights. Kyrie, 1v1. He's not going to quite get the range, and Hijime gets out. And this Kagura is actually quite safe too up against the Hayabusa.
It's very safe because it really depends on the mechanics though, right?
Yeah.
If you're able to CC immune yourself from the quad shadow before he utilizes the blink, then you get out of it. Quad shadow gets erased. So it is very safe. Also against Keyboy, against all their lockdown, which is not many. That's the thing, right? Alter Ego are overloading ONIC with a lot of CC. ONIC have damage, they have outplay ability. And that's why for me, looking at it, at first I was like, man, that flicker is so risky from Skylar. But then you have to think about it, right? If he goes Purify, it's an easy dive for Nino. It's an easy dive for Alec. It's an easy dive for Mr. Yazuke, especially on the Lancelot. So he has to go for the high-risk gameplay here. He just needs to space it perfectly, and he comes in to clean up.
Right now for ONIC, the easiest combo to time is probably the Gatot Kasha CC combo. Maybe the traction for Sans. Oh no, conceal play!
Oh, Sans gonna be caught in there. Alec has the flicker, but he burnt out the Purify already. It's gonna be Nino with the Petrify on a killing spree.
The beast is unleashed. The Keyboy wants to turn around with ONIC. Can they get the kill out towards Nino?
He's zoned to the back line. That's going to be the I'm Offended, bringing Lutpi back into Don't Run Wolf King. Zaman Force already used earlier. Going to have to wait for the cycle to come back up as Alter Ego push in mid. Kai with the positioning right there, holding an angle to ambush the backliners, but the backliners are clean with the positioning. Look at how safe Hijime and RP are. And yes, Lightning Truncheon, that's a power spike for Hijime.
Very worth it for ONIC, rather for Alter Ego as well. Only lost Nino in the process. Oh, I'm offended with the flicker.
That's crazy right there, but a Shadow Cow! My goodness, damage! Skylar finishes him off, RP. I don't know what deal he made, but he lived with 1 HP.
That wasn't the target that actually Kyrie wanted to go for, Alec, or rather RP. with a sliver of HP in, ONIC takes and bites the dust. At least ONIC, now they have Prio on the Lord Pit. Will they get this for free? I think they will. And after this, they will try to clear up the waves because down bottom pushing for Alter Ego. ONIC, out of the smoke, they get something. They were down and under. Lutfi has to be careful.
Ooh.
Triple push might be open. Yazuke is close by too. And that wave is gonna crash.
Oh, no, okay.
No.
Oh, and Lutfi caught in the Furious Dive and fed into the Sky Piercer. They will get a turret in the mid lane as a trade for Lutfi's life. It took a bit of time there. It wasn't like a pure instant kill, and that means the Lord will get 2 charges. One in the tier 1 in the mid lane, the other into tier 2. ONIC pushing in the bottom lane.
And you would connect this point to the fact that, yes, Alter Ego has that instant button kill, and they would want to look for pickoffs back in the bush. But ONIC, they don't really have a way to open up the bushes. Maybe T-Boy will try to bring himself into the bush. So that, again, is kind of gambling. And then you have Sans try to open up that. But again, Kimmy has to be in front. So then how do they open up the bushes safely? For Alter Ego, they have Arfi. They just open up and try to detect and scout where ONIC are. So now, that wave up top will be built for ONIC, and Yazuki will give that up. He's gonna let the wave crash onto him. Meanwhile, Skylar, in the bushes, Alec might look for an angle.
Well, they see him, I think. He might jump on Skylar. That's damage from Skylar just with the Synchro Finch, I believe. Divine Glaive picked up by Sans in the mid lane.
Extra pen, extra push, or rather damage as well towards Alter Ego. Yazuke so clearing up top. So at least for Alter Ego now, they also have side lane Prio to a certain extent. With the Lancelot available and ready. In a 1v1, it'll be quite strong.
Yep.
Against the Hayabusa, you have that forward throws to kind of play and approach it in a much more defensive style. Alter Ego, you can take a look at this. The 4 players are going to clump up together. They're going to push together. They need to protect Mr. President. They're going to need to protect Arfi as the main carry. And that is where they need to congregate together to activate that combo. 34 stacks in the Sky Piercer, 480 on the passive. It's not too bad for a Granger. I think it's pretty good, especially how he was he was killed early on, cut down as well by Skylar, and that solo kill up top. ONIC, they need a moment to breathe. They need a moment to open up again. Back-to-back games, Mirko. The gold lead is not different. It's not that far. It's not marginal.
It only is like this when teams are this equally skilled at playing the early game and playing the mid game as well, right? Because again, a lot of times when you see these scaling compositions, they don't have the patience to go in. Yazuki with the puncture, Phantom Execution, baiting out the Purify already as the AOG doesn't land. That's gonna be Alec with his own Wolf King over the Keyboy as Yazuki gets taken very low. Lutfi stunned up by the umbrella of Hijime. And there are still no kills on the board, just threats here and there. Who won that trade of resources though? I think it's ONIC.
It has to be ONIC. They have a wave down bottom is gonna push. Arfi needs to clear that. The Lord as well will build up for ONIC, and that wave up top, it's a slow push. Slowly converging for ONIC. Alter Ego need to answer that, but at least it's not going to instantly crash to the top side turret. Divine Glaive for Skylar, that's a big pickup to get the damage going. Divine Glaive 2 for Hijime, it's Divine Glaive galore. I'm offended.
Over the Keyboy. I don't think that's the right target though. They go for the Black Dragon form as well. As immobilization comes in. Hijime again. Yasuke able to get the pickup now. Kai in the back line now pops in the Shadow Kill.
The Beast survives, but Kyrie gets Yazuke. The Shadow Prodigy is down. Nino has to survive.
Baited in. Now a quad shadow from Kai. Gets him a triple kill.
The triple kill for ONIC as Kyrie, the god in the jungle, cleans house for ONIC. Alter Ego run for the hills. Hijime and Nino run for the hills as they concede that Lord. ONIC win the fight, and this might be the opening, the crevice for them to turn things around after constantly being in the back foot. That was a very beautiful fight. Alec, I'm offended towards Keyboy, not the target you want. And then they go in to the counter engage. Kyrie was looking for the flank angle. He got that. That insta-kill to Yazuke somehow seals the deal on towards Alter Ego. And even if they didn't really get the triple kill, at least ONIC would get Prio on the Lord. Man, so close.
So close indeed. Alter Ego playing through again the CC control, but ONIC they're just not corralling in. They're playing it so decisively. The way that they layer their engages, layer their carries, being visible on the map, and when they go in, it was too much for Alter Ego to handle. That's going to be the Linen Nature built up already. Nino going to be caught in the Shadow Kill. Now he's going to the Black Dragon in front, but the Quad Shadow is still on him. CC immune. That's not his name, by the way. That's just, you know. AOG in the back line. Finding RP has him in a crowd. Pops in time. Came on!
Huge initiation as ONIC set their sights on the throne and on the crystal. Alter Ego, they need to hold. I think they can.
Wave is big with the Lord. Nino's going to be taken low. Yasuke still able to back away right now as they go over to clear on the Lord. Another mid wave showing up. Yasuke, can he do the impossible? He's holding it in, but ONIC are going to try. That's a double. Nino holding again. The cannon minion prevails, and ONIC equalize.